Okay, let's talk about Jubei. So real quick, the reason I'm doing this is one of the things I enjoy most about fighting games is playing characters I think are really fucking cool and showing off to other people via gameplay what's so cool about it. And I realized I was getting frustrated last time I was playing because I'm not good enough yet at this character to show that off in a real match environment, or at this game for that matter. So I'm making this quick explainer video to show off some of the stuff I think is cool, and that'll have to do for now. I hope you find it informative or enjoyable. Either way is good for me. But yeah, watch on. We're mostly going to talk about Jubei's install, 360A, what it changes about him, and the different options he has in and out of install mode. So in order to do that, we're going to have to talk about his drive buttons and all of his special moves. Jubei's drive outside of install, it gets completely replaced when you install, is this big cross swipe here. This is a handy move. There's a grounded version and two air versions, one that doesn't go far and it's a deeper angle. It applies this mark, which causes Jubei's distortion drives to teleport behind the opponent before activating. Importantly, you cannot special cancel these on block like you can mark it. However, if you happen to be in overdrive mode, that changes. Which is pretty nice. Jubei's uninstall only special moves are quarter circle forward A and double quarter circle forward A. That's the 3 claw swipes and the 5 claw swipes. These are good special moves, particularly the 5 swipe version is really handy as a combo ender outside of install. It leads into some good Oki patterns that are outside install exclusive. However, the main reason you might not want to install in some matchups is the drive, because the quarter circle forward A specials get replaced with something really special and a lot better when you install. We'll talk about that later. The special moves that Jubei shares in both install and outside of install are his sword forms, his projectile, and his command air dashes. The sword forms, there are 4 of them. Real quick, they are Demon Fox, a quick overhead flip, Shadow Wolf, a frame tap fatal counter low, Wild Lion, mostly an air combo ender, occasionally useful in neutral, and Black Panther, unblockable. Black Panther has to be held down and charged to be unblockable. You can see that quake under Jubei's feet. That appears the moment that it becomes unblockable. And if you release on the exact frame that happens, then Jubei gets, he's able to combo out of the unblockable, which is not normally possible. That is a 1/60th of a second timing though, so it doesn't happen that often. It's also a fatal counter combo starter if you do not charge it. So there's a bit of a mix up there as to whether Jubei's going to charge it or just try and frame trap you. Jubei's projectile is really handy if you can get it out in neutral. It bounces as high as Jubei was when he sets it. It's too slow though. It's often impossible to do this in neutral safely. More often, this is used for its special cancel out of Shadow Wolf, which is unique. Shadow Wolf is a hard knockdown, so this is pretty difficult to deal with Oki. However, it's not completely invulnerable. You can make it better in a certain way, which we'll talk about later. And then there's the command air dashes. These are handy. Jubei can use them alongside his other air mobility options to be extra tricky. He can also corner steal with them, which is nice. However, these are counter hit state throughout the entire duration, so you can really get fucked up for trying to use these. It's at your own risk kind of thing. That covers the stuff outside of install. Jubei's install is 360A, and it allows him to cancel any of his special moves in 4 frames. And he exits the Super Flash 2 frames earlier than the opponent, so it's effectively a 2-frame cancel. Jubei prefers it to rapid cancel in a lot of cases. You'd use this more often in matches if you could, but it is once per round only, sadly. It's a really good move on its own. It allows Jubei to be plus on block with his sword form specials, even the ones that hit in the air. You see Susanna's still blocking there, I'm pretty plus. And especially out of Shadow Wolf, I'm so plus I can safely go for an instant overhead here. It's a really nasty move. And obviously it converts into combos on hit. Shadow Wolf's hard knockdown becomes an incredible combo starter. Jubei's new drive move in Install is the Shiranui marks. This is a move with a ton of different versions. There's one for each attack button. After you press D the first time, Jubei will wait for an input for a second before doing the D version by default. So that's these straightforward marks. You can also angle them up or down. So there's the high diagonal here. Go down. The A version goes up and down alternating. The C version goes down and up alternating. And the B version has this weird cross-up to it. That hits Susanoo cross-up, you can see. Which can be really tricky, but it's a bit of a gimmick. Jubei needs to know which ones he's doing in specific for his combo routing, but in neutral, there's no point really trying to figure out which one he's doing. They can be visually indistinct, they are tricky, although slow. Usually you want to keep Jubei from just getting to do these for free. They can occasionally be plus on block depending on spacing and active frames. It's weird, and sometimes you just gotta guess. It's pretty fun. And then the other new thing that Jubei has in Install is his quarter circle forward A move, his new Rekka series. This looks just like the claw swipes you can do outside of Install, but he can stop at any point. He can also mash all the way to the end. He can cancel into his special moves off any of these hits. And he also has a new 5B follow-up, which he can do in the middle. This goes into the ender. It goes into his special moves for high-low mix on block. Frame trap, even just, unblockable. Why not? You can just stop in the middle and throw the opponent. You can reset. This Rekka is scary. It has a ton of options. You can go into the command dash as well, even grounded. In fact, only grounded. You can't do it in the air. There's a ton of options on block. It also makes Jubei's Install combo routing have tons of corner carry and lots of fun little moments. If Jubei installs into a combo, he gets free corner basically from one out. Into Rising Justice Oki. This is one of the other really strong things about Install. You get Rising Justice corner Oki off of almost anything with the right combo routing. And it's air hit Shadow Wolf, which is extra plus compared to ground hit Shadow Wolf, allowing Rising Justice Oki to be pretty true. You can block DPs, you can OS against forward tech, and then you can run high-low once the opponent's forced to block. And the high-low leads into the same Oki setup. Just like that, although there's better combo routes. And this becomes a really difficult to deal with situation. Jubei's Install also allows him to cash out meter into high damage. Check out a throw combo. Nice 4.6k with drive, with overdrive. But yeah, that covers how Jubei's Install works, what's different about him, and why I think it's cool.